Hi guys, sorry it's been a while. Lockdown, not really much more really needed to be said. Lockdown has killed every creativity you possibly can think of. So, as you can see, I'm already faced up. I'm just going to focus on my eyes today and we're just going to play around with some colours. I don't really have anything specific in mind for this one. I just thought it'd be like a half get ready with me and we can just chat, really. Yeah, so I'm just gonna focus on my eyes for today and we'll see how it ends up. So I'm just gonna go into my Blue Blood palette. It's probably my favourite of the blood collection. I haven't got Bloodlust yet though. And I think I'm just gonna go for Traditional Wealth, which is from down here, and just put that into the crease. And then just gonna go from there. So with the lockdown, I have been exhausting YouTube essentially. I wonder what everyone else has been doing. So yeah, I've been exhausting YouTube. So I have a mixed kind of collection on YouTube. I go through phases. Since I've had to find a new a new channel to watch, since I usually watch Game Grumps, but I've pretty much watched everything I can with their channel because my partner usually watches them with me as well, which is amazing because he's not getting into YouTube. But I discovered a few commentary channels. It's weird. I'm not massively fan of commentary channels. They don't tend to be that great, but I've discovered a few English ones which are pretty great. I usually follow drama channels, but I mean, drama is fun at the end of the day. It can be if it, you know, I don't tend to keep up with the drama. I just like to watch the drama channels about it and that's it. Not so much form an opinion. I just listen and go, oh, okay, and then move on. Now that we've put Wealth in there just to give it a bit of a base, I am going to go into I'm Cold, which is this one here, and just put that in the crease. It's going to be very subtle, so don't go too heavy with it. But I don't really watch many comedy channels. The one I had been into was I'm Alex. I really liked his stuff. And then I ended up just practically binge watching his entire channel before the lockdown, because I discovered him before the lockdown. So that was fun. And then I discovered James Marriott. And then thankfully I discovered him during the lockdown, so I binge watched his entire channel pretty much. And then that led me to find Will and E, who I have been binge watching. It's hard to find. So you can obviously spot the difference between English and other countries in terms of commentary channels. It's quite funny. It's also nice to be able to know what they're referencing, which is also nice. But yeah, and then obviously like I said, I've been watching Game Grumps every now and then when they've been uploading stuff. We've started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender because although I've seen some of it, I've never seen the whole thing, and he's not seen any of it. So we're taking this time to watch it. And then the new Vocaloid game came out and I've just been pretty much playing that consistently. I can't stop, it's kind of fun. It's a shame they've taken out the English lyrics for some reason. I mean, they've taken songs from previous games which had English lyrics, so I'm not entirely sure why they've just taken out English altogether. But hey, maybe they'll patch it later. I do not have Animal Crossing. It's kind of a bit of a gripe for me, Animal Crossing. So, I've never played any Animal Crossing games. The only ones I have played is Pocket Camp on the phone. Now, I get that that's no way to judge Animal Crossing games. And I really like it, I really enjoy it. But whenever I tell someone that, they just immediately kind of act like I'm wrong. Is that really? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Ocean Ice, which is this blue one down here. It's my favourite from the palette. And I'm going to put that on the right side of the lid. So we're just going to take our brush. It's a good idea to spritz it. So obviously, or not obviously, but so the Vocaloid game is on Switch. So a lot of people had been asking for Switch codes. You know, that's perfectly fine, I've got no problem with Switch codes. But whenever someone asks if I have Animal Crossing and I say no, I've only played Pocket Camp, they kind of lose it at me, and it's really weird. I don't know what that's all about. I know that Pocket Camp hasn't got the greatest reception, and I can understand. But I still enjoy it. Like I said, it was my introduction to the game. So I don't know if that's like the entire Animal Crossing fandom or if that's just a small group that I have. Do I intend to get Animal Crossing on the Switch? Not entirely sure I want to pay the price for it, if I'm honest. If you enjoy it and you play it, then fine, go ahead. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind people playing it. It's just Animal Crossing has never jumped out at me. And given that Vocaloid was coming out, I'd rather pay that price for the Vocaloid game than the Animal Crossing game. I'm probably getting more out of it, to be honest. Now that the dark blue is on, I'm going to go into Ice Tray, which is the one above it, which is this one. It looks kind of grey, but it's not. So I'm just going to spritz my brush again, but on the other side. And just put that on the left side of my eyelid. So with Animal Crossing, I do enjoy playing Pocket Camp. I play it pretty much daily. I go back to it a couple of times a day. I think it's really incredible. I think it's really fun. I had a favourite camper, and that was Fang. He's been my favourite since like the very beginning, and then they started adding more animals, and then I met Sherb, I think that's his name, and I fell in love with him instantly. Funnily enough, he's blue, so we'll dedicate this look to him. But Animal Crossing has never appealed to me. I probably would enjoy it if I gave it a chance. I've just never had the option to. So maybe we'll get it in the future, maybe not. Right now I'm happy with my Vocaloid. Can we talk about the difficulty though? Jesus. They kind of ranked some of those songs up in difficulty on Vocaloid. I really struggle with some of them. And there you go. So it's a nice little gradient effect. So you just want to make sure that there's no harsh line between the two. So yeah, the lockdown has really knocked my creative side down. I would love to have done more makeup. I've just not had I've had the option, but I've just not had the energy. There we go. Just a nice little no harsh line. I apologise about the lighting. The sun is behind clouds because this is England. So I'm just going to leave my eyes like that. It's nice and simple. I don't want anything too complex or too massive, but I am going to do the age or trick of highlighter. I'm going to go and do the purple one, which is this one here, and just put that on the inner corner. I just think the colour will go with it. So we're just going to pop that in the inner corner, just to give it a bit more colour, because let's face it, we're all about the colour. So yeah, not much has been happening on this lockdown, obviously. We are making sure that we are not doing very much. I'm obviously not currently working because I work for McDonald's, and they obviously closed. It's kind of sucky because, like I said, I was hoping to venture out with my makeup just before this started. But hopefully I will get my creative flow back and I can start getting back into makeup full time again, and then hopefully go from there. So there's the highlighter, just a nice little purple, and then obviously I'm going to put the Jaclyn Hill highlighter on top because highlight. Just to give it a nice little shine. I do love both these eyeshadow eye highlighter palettes. They are two of my favourite things. Obviously Jeffree Star has come up with a new palette, cremated. All these people complaining about it just obviously don't understand how makeup works. Like, he would have had to have this in like production for like almost a year. Like, and like, why should he not release something that he's proud of just because of a name? Like, just, I never understood that. Like, just because something is named at the wrong time about something, it's suddenly all wrong and it's obviously to do with the thing. It's like, it's not. Like, I don't get it. I don't get that mentality. Kind of like how people are like, such and such jokes aren't funny. And it's like, well, I mean, they can be in the right company. Obviously, don't be insensitive with your jokes. If you're doing it as somebody it's going to affect, then you're a dick. But for example, me and my partner have very dark sense of humour. So we make very dark jokes. But I would never make a dark joke to someone who has been in a situation. Because that's just cruel. And given that I, for example, have been attacked in the past, like, I personally find that it's okay to make jokes about certain things. Again, providing the company. That's the important thing you have to remember, is the company. If you are in if you're in a friendship group where you know it's not crossing the line or anything and it's dark and you all have dark sense of humour, then it's just because you're making a joke about it does not instantly then mean that you support it or something. That's a very weird mentality. I have found that in recent years our mentality on certain things are really weird. Like, why is it normalised to... I find it weird that it's normalised for women to tell their partner who they can talk to. That's just weird. Why? That's a trust issue. Work on it. So there you go, there's the inner corner. Now, here's the trick. I did get eyeliner, so I'm going to give this a go. I'm probably going to mess it up, and I'm probably going to do it off camera just so there's no pressure. But I'm going to give it a go, and we'll come back and we'll see how it goes. And I'm back. I don't know if you can see, but I did use eyeliner. I didn't do anything fancy with it, like a wing or anything, because I'm not that advanced. But I did do eyeliner. I do have a blue one, probably should use the blue one, but black one for today. So I did it. So we'll get a round of applause for the fact that I did it. I wanted to start off with a pencil rather than a liquid because I've used the liquid before, but with the liquid, obviously, if you dab it in the wrong place, it's gone, it's ruined, just done. So I just wanted to use a pencil and hopefully did okay with that. I'm going to go and put mascara on and then we'll come back for the lips. It'll be something, or I'll just put a lip off screen actually, because it's not going to, I don't have anything fancy for the lips, I'm afraid. This was just a little fun around video. And there we have it, the eye mascara, or the mascara is all on. I like this look, I've done this look once before, I really enjoy it. I like the gradient effect of going from light to dark, or yeah. I'm hoping that I can do some more of these at some point. I would like to get some, I'm hoping that I can branch out and get some more palettes to hopefully try at some point. I wouldn't mind trying to review a few when I first get them, like first impressions kind of thing. Because by the time I started this, I ended up using all of my palettes, so I'd all used them all and I already knew about them all. So I'm just going to spritz my face. That smells really nice, that one. And obviously maybe at some point I would like to branch out so I can do something different with my face, like get another foundation, that kind of thing. I've actually stopped using primer for the time being because I think the primers that I've got don't agree with my skin type. It kind of lifts dry skin to the surface. I don't understand what's going on, so I can only assume that it doesn't work with my skin type or something. So I need to figure out what's going on there, and therefore for the time being I'm not using primer. because my foundation actually looks better without it. I need to figure out what my skin type is, because when I think it's dry it then gets kind of oily, and then when it's there it's natural, so it kind of goes through all the motions. Like, I'm not sure it's combo or something, I don't know. I need to figure it out. So yeah, this is the partial get rid of me look. I really like it. It's probably one of my favourite styles. Like I said, I like doing it with the green one from the Blue Blood palette as well, but green's my favourite colour, so I'm a bit biased there. So I hope you enjoyed this little chat and this little get together, and I hope it's been able to lift up your mood a little bit. Lockdown is obviously kicking everyone's ass at this point, so don't feel bad if you haven't done anything. I mean, me and my partner have completely lost all sense of sleeping patterns, and I didn't have a sleeping pattern anyway. So it's all over the place at the moment, which is understandable given the current situation. So just as long as you're staying home and staying safe, hopefully you can occupy yourself in some way or another. Now I'm going to go downstairs and probably play on Project Diva, because Vocaloid is my life now. Alright, I hope you're staying safe guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!